So I'm sure that you've seen this graph somewhere before in your life, be it business videos or productivity. Well, in this video, I'll be talking about how this graph can be applied to not only fitness and losing weight, but to honestly your entire life. Like, trust me, if you can actually apply the stuff that we're talking about in this video, don't blame me if your whole life gets changed. I've been overweight my entire life, but if I knew this way back then, I would be so much more advanced by now. So this is the compounding effect of weight loss. And pretty much, as you can see, we have investment value on this side, and we've got time on this side. And we can see you can spend a lot of time doing things. This could be training, counting your calories, walking, going for runs, whatever. You can spend a lot of time, but you don't actually start to see significant results until maybe this point over here. And then it's only after this point where if you keep putting in the time, you can see exponential results. So fitness isn't like what everyone thinks. It's not like a linear curve like this. So like on day 3, you're not gonna get this many results. On day 3, it's more like you're gonna see such a tiny amount of results over here. And on day 45, let's say, you're gonna see just a tad bit more. And on day 60, or this could be like years, for example, so for like year 2 of weightlifting, that's when you see actual results right here. So basically, this is the compounding effect of weight loss. And I'm not going to explain this chart in detail because you probably already know about it. Basically, this is your results on this side, and this is your time. And you can see that for a long amount of time, you'll get no results. But then at a certain point, your results are going to exponentially grow. And so this whole graph, I shit you not, is the reason why people aren't successful in losing weight. And let me explain. It's only because of this thing called the point of no results. This is capable of making or breaking your journey and your results. And all you need for success is to get past this particular point. And what this point is the point where you're putting in a ton of time, a ton of effort, and a ton of work, but you're not getting very many results. So for example, you can see maybe about here, okay? So this could be, for example, the first month of someone's fat loss journey. So let's just call that 1 month here. They put in a whole month, but they've only seen this much progress. And so what any sane person would think, I've put in all this work and I've only gotten this much. Fuck it, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna quit. And just looking at it from this point, so just ignore this graph right here. If you could only see this point, 1 month, this little results, anyone would think that fitness and getting into shape is such a waste of time. However, they don't stick around long enough to see this bit of the results. However, most people leave just when they're about to see the most amount of results. And this point differs for everyone. So it could be 1 month, it could be 2 months, or for someone it could be 3 weeks. So now your job, if you want to be successful, if you want to actually lose weight, you need to You need to get past this point. And I shit you not, it's so hard to do that. Trust me, it's one of the hardest things because you're putting in all of this effort and grind, but you're only seeing minimal amount of results. And so it takes a special kind of person to cross that gap. Now, let me tell you a little secret. All the people that have lost weight, right, they aren't reaping the benefits of going to the gym that day or even that week or even that month. All of the people who are in shape and have lost the weight, they're reaping the benefits of their past self, of their past efforts. And so this effort that you put in over here right at the start isn't going to be seen until this point in here where you get to see actual results. And so for example, me right now, okay, I've got a decent body. I'm probably about here, okay? I've got a decent body, but my body is not because I've put in the work for like a month or 2 months, But my body is because of the fact that me 3 years ago decided to start losing weight. And because of that little decision, I can now reap the benefits of that decision right now. However, it's not going to take you that long to start seeing results and to be motivated and to build up this ton of positive momentum that's going to carry you all the way to the top over here. All you need to do is to get past that point that we've talked about, and it's going to be way easier after that because the work that you did all the way at the start is going to be catching up to you. And what I mean by that is when you're at this point where you start to see a little bit of results, right? That's because the stuff that you did right at the start is beginning to actually catch up to you, and you can actually reap the benefits of you at 0 months. Or you can reap the benefits of the work that you did when you were at 0 to 1 month over here. And the beautiful thing about fitness and this whole losing weight journey is, as you go on, you'll be build all of this effort, you're going to be able to see here. All of this effort that you're building up here, you're going to be able to see on this trajectory over here as well. But then whilst you're putting in this effort, you're going to be seeing all of these results over here as well. And so it's such a positive feedback loop that gets you so addicted to the progress. And so once you hit this point where you're at the point where this work will be seen over here, but then you're reaping the benefits of the work that you did right at the start over here, that is an amazing sweet spot. And this is what's going to carry you to your dream physique all the way at the top right there. Mark my words. And so the next point is that motivation will not help you. I've come up with this thing called the motivation curve that I'd really like you to know about. This is why literally 99% of the people fail their diets. And if you know this is why you are going to actually succeed on your diet. Right, so we've already talked a lot about this graph, but here's motivation on that graph. And let me make that a different color. Let's go blue. And so if this is motivation, this is how motivation works. Let's say M for motivation. Okay, so right at the start, your motivation is sky high. This could be because you watched a video that really inspired you to get on track and to start losing weight. And so you're so pumped to start losing weight. And then as you put in the work, right, your motivation drops. How many times have you started going for a run or been on a new diet, and then after like literally 3-4 days, you've completely stopped, you completely forgot about that diet and you went back to your habits? Well, it's because your motivation is down in the dumps right over here. And this is especially dangerous because it's at this point where both the lines intersect. That's when people quit their diets. When their motivation is not enough to carry them through the time it takes to see actual results, coupled with the fact that they actually haven't seen any tangible results yet. They have nothing they can hold on to. They don't see a promise of a better future up here because they've seen nothing yet. It's at that point when motivation meets 0 results with low time. That's when people quit. But you, after you watch this video, you now know once you start a diet, once you start training, this motivation spike is gonna come at one point. It's inevitable. But then keep in mind, when this hits, you cannot give up. You cannot give up, my friend. You've got to stick it out. You have got to make it to that point that we've talked about earlier, past the point of no results. The world is literally waiting for you here. I don't know what the fuck this is, but the world is at this point. This is where you become a fucking champion, okay? Just make it through this point. Once you're in, literally all you have to do is make it to that point. So once you're in this stage, this is the fucking trenches right here. Don't judge my handwriting. This is the fucking trenches, bro. This is the hardest part of the fucking journey right here. But during this bit, all you can do is carry on the hope of a better future up here. All you can do is cling on to this memory. Cling on to the hope of this memory, and trust me, it will come to you. Now this period is going to differ so much for many different. Now, no matter how long it takes, how long this period takes, 2 months, 2 weeks, fucking, I don't know, a year. However long it takes, you need to fucking stick it out, bro. Trust me on that. Barely anyone crosses this point. This is why you don't see. This is why when you go out onto the streets, onto the high street, you see tons of people with fat, out of shape bodies. And that's because no one is capable of crossing this point. That's why people in shape and fitness influencers are a thing. Because they could get past this point. They are the rare breed of fucking specimen that can make it past this point with no results. Trust me on that. And that, my friend, is how you fucking stand out. That is how you do shit that no one else can. That is why when you have an amazing physique at the end here or here, that is why people are gonna look at you in fucking awe, because they couldn't get past this bit. Now, here are some tips to get across the gap. You need to consume a lot of fitness content. And I know that this is contrary to what what all the productivity people say. Oh, don't spend too much time online, don't do this, don't do that. When I was losing weight, bro, I was obsessed with my fucking body. And so what this led to, I was 24/7 watching a ton of fitness content on my goals, which was losing weight. And so is it unhealthy? Yes. Is it unproductive to your actual work? Yes. Did it work for me? Fuck yeah. Look at my fucking results, bro. So this fitness thing is something that needs to stick into your mind every single day. And the way that I could do it was to just consume a shit ton of fitness content of people that specifically inspire me and that people with my dream physique. So every time I watch those videos, I could get inspired and I could go out and actually put in the work. And so, and what this is going to do is, how I talked about the motivation curve when it goes like this, it's at this point where people fuck up. Well, now what's going to happen is that whenever your motivation gets low, now that you see inspiring fitness content, hopefully shit that inspires you, what this is going to do, your motivation is going to go up and down, up and down, up and down, until hopefully it's high enough so that you can reach that promise point. And then when you reach this promise point, when those results come over, that's going to be your motivation. You can still keep up with the fitness videos and stuff, but that is going to be an extra layer of motivation. And that is going to be that little snowball that turns into a fucking avalanche that's going to carry you all the way over here. Excuse my retarded ass drawings. Now the next thing is that you need to get so pissed off, but not in the way that leads to depression or anxiety. You need to get pissed off in such a productive way that gives you unbridled motivation and unbridled energy towards your goals. So how do we do this? Well, so every single day when you wake up, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and think about how fucking ugly you are, how fat you are. Grab your stomach and grab your man boobs and think about just how you let yourself get down to this fucking level. How or why have you subjected yourself to years of this existence? And the single greatest thing that this is going to do for you is that make the pain of staying you greater than the pain of changing. So that is when the greatest fucking change happens, when the pain of staying the same is bigger than the pain of changing. This is why all the people after a breakup, this is why people get jacked or rich after a breakup, because their pain of staying their current self is greater than the pain of changing. And so when you're at that point, when it hurts to just even exist in your body, that's when change is fucking easy, bro. That's when you don't have to force yourself to go to the gym. That's when you don't have to force yourself to be healthy. That's when you just do it, right? That's when you do it just because you want to. Now, the next thing is visualize and motivate. So every morning, after this, visualize yourself with the dream physique that you already have. So what I do is that I have a document with the people of my dream physique, and I just write down all the traits that they have. And then every morning I visualize myself with my body already achieved. Now you can go into like this weird fucking spirituality of like fucking law of attraction or manifestation, all that, but personally I don't give a fuck. I do this because it fucking works. Visualize yourself in vivid detail and feel all the positive emotions of having already achieved your goal. Now what this is going to do, this is going to be another motivator on top of the fitness content, and this is going to put you into the shoes of that person who's already achieved your dream physique. And so that person, when you become that person, it's going to inspire you in your everyday life, because this is you currently, and this is the person who's capable of achieving that dream body. So when you visualize that you're already him, your habits are going to change to his habits. And when that happens, you're not going to eat as much. You're going to go exercise. You're going to be fit and healthy. And it's at that point, change is fucking inevitable. That is when change is easy. So you might be asking, is all of this worth it? You've waffled on so much in this video, but is it fucking worth it? Bro, what do you think? What do you think? There's a reason why you've been obsessed with your fucking body for like years now. Obviously it's worth it, bro. Otherwise you wouldn't even be watching this far into the video. But I ask you, if it's really not worth it to you, what the fuck is the alternative? You live a sad, complacent life that you don't want. You're still fat when you're fucking 40 and 50 years old. Imagine you're on your deathbed and you never fucking experience what your body is capable of. Do you know the amount of regret that you'd feel at that point? Is that what you want? Is that what you really want to face when you're about to die? And like, this sort of pisses me off because I used to do this all the time, but I used to try and shortcut my journey into thinking that I could do it in like a month or 2 months. That bitch took me 3 years, bro. 3 fucking years to change my body and change my habits. And so it's not going to take you a month, 2 months, 3 months like you're thinking in your head. It's going to take you closer to a year, 2 years, fucking 5 years if you're really fat. It's going to take you that long. And in truth, us humans, that's the only fucking currency that we have. That's the only thing we can trade in for our goals. The universe doesn't take anything else. Obviously, it's not just time. You need to put in the work and effort. But the thing that compounds all of that is time. And so if you got really pissed off during this section and be thinking, oh, it's going to take too long, so I'm just not going to try, I'm not going to do it. I ask you this question. Are you still going to be living 1 year from now on? That's a genuine question. I want you to answer it. Are you still going to be living 1 year from now? If the answer is yes, the time is going to pass by anyway. The time is going to pass by anyway. And so at the end of this year, you can still be fucking fat like you are now, unhappy with your body, out of breath when you go up the stairs, or you can actually be lean. Or even if you're not lean, fucking worst case scenario, you're on the journey to getting lean and you're gonna love your body and you're gonna love your life either way because you're fucking driven. You have a purpose. Or are you gonna be standing there 1 year out with fucking 6-pack abs, massive biceps, fucking massive tree trunk legs, chiseled jawline, fucking attention? Are you gonna be that version of you who's lean, who's accomplished his goals 1 year from now? Or are you still going to be the fat version of you desperately wishing that he makes a change and actually sticks to it? Well, that's all for this video. If you would like a free fat loss ebook, scroll down right now and click the top link in the description. If you want to work with me one-to-one, scroll down right now and click the top link in the description.